Black holes. Black holes may be the strangest objects in the universe. Scientists believe they exist, but nobody has ever seen one. Even their name is strange since black holes aren't holes at all. So what are they? That's not easy to explain. Imagine holding a kitchen sponge in one hand. Now imagine squeezing that sponge in your hand until it is much, much smaller. The entire sponge still exists, but it is occupying a much smaller space than it did before. Now imagine that you could keep squeezing that sponge until it is so small that it is invisible to the eye. What you would have then is something a bit similar to a black hole. Black holes are created when a large star runs out of fuel and starts to shrink. Soon it collapses into itself, pulling surrounding objects with it. It's as if the star and anything close to it is squeezed, becoming smaller and smaller until it cannot shrink any further. But that object is so dense and has such a strong gravitational pull that nothing can escape from it, not even light, and yet it keeps on pulling objects from space into it. Because no light can escape, no one can see it. That's why it is called a black hole. However, it isn't really a hole at all, and it isn't empty like a real hole on Earth is. It is out in space and actually exists, but because nothing can escape from astronomers to see in their telescopes, it is invisible. If black holes are invisible, how do scientists know they exist? One way is by looking at objects in space that are behaving in an unusual way. For example, an object may be wobbling because something with a very strong gravitational pull, a black hole, is pulling it off course. The scientists can't see that black hole, but the behavior of objects around it shows that it is there. Another way astronomers see a black hole is that there is a dark spot in an area of the sky that blocks out the stars that should be there. The empty spot frequently means that a black hole occupies that part of space. Our sun is a star. Could it become a black hole and suck the Earth into it? No. Luckily for us, only stars that are much larger than the sun become black holes. There are millions of black holes in space. In fact, our Milky Way has a huge black hole at its center. Our sun, though, won't ever become one of them.